One thing I've made plain on this channel, and that is that I will not put up with predators, nor with enablers. If someone is a predator, or an enabler of a predator, or an enabler in general, an enabler of evil, I block them. I don't communicate with them, and I don't want any messages from them. Me, I have a zero tolerance policy when it comes to predators and enablers. And over the years, I've learned how to spot predators very quickly. I can smell them a mile away or a kilometer away. And enablers, I've learned to identify them quickly, very quick also. And look at this. When you look at the Apostle Peter, he was not, I would say, he was not an academic man. He was just a simple fisherman. He was a simple fisherman with anger issues. He got delivered from anger issues by Christ. He got delivered from condemnation. As the pastor of the first congregation, man, Peter didn't make any jokes when it came to safety. He was not fooling around. He was not playing around. Peter, if you were a predator and you came close to a congregation, he was like the lion. He came after you. You were in big trouble. Think about Ananias and Sapphira, that couple that want to do harm God's people by pretending to become believers and enter into the flock. Peter confronted Ananias. Ananias persisted in denial. He fell down to the ground. He died. When the wife came, the wife also persisted in denial. Peter sentenced her also to the same fate. She fell down dead. Now what happened here? Peter made plain. No predators allowed. Now, in the case of Ananias and Sapphira, their lives were taken away instantly by the Holy Spirit because they intended real harm on God's people. With other predators, the sentence may be milder. Things just backfire onto them. But nevertheless, Peter made plain to everyone, no predators allowed. The Apostle Paul, during his ministry, he instructed the believers. Among the Corinthians, amongst the Galatians, he instructed all of them to remove anyone from amongst them that causes confusion by proclaiming Christ while holding on to darkness. I mean, both Apostle Paul and Apostle Peter were very powerful in the first century. Even though they had differences in their attitudes, they were both in agreement with Christ. And let me tell you, when it came down to it, both were very practical. No predators allowed. Pagan Christianity, however, taught you to hug predators. Pagan Christianity even made you feel guilty for expelling the predator. Pagan Christianity even tells you it's your fault when the predator perishes. And many in the Babylon churches sing and say amen when they hear such abominable teachings. Me, I'm in line with Christ. That means I'm following the example of Peter, of Paul, of Elijah, also, it is in the Old Testament, of Moses also. And that's the zero policy towards predators. With zero policy, I mean zero tolerance for predators. That means no predators allowed. If if believers would enact this policy, no predators allowed, that includes all enablers of predators are also out of the door. If believers would enact this policy, you'll see how quick sickness, poverty, and all those plagues would flee away from us. But here's the thing, a lot of believers welcome predators in their midst. thinking it's their job to win them over for Christ. Man, they have a complete wrong view of what of evangelizing really means. Christ did not embrace predators. He didn't. Christ did not embrace the scribes and Pharisees. There were some scribes and Pharisees who were open to the word and he received them. Like Nicodemus was one of them, but he did not embrace the scribes and Pharisees in general because they were predators. They were wolves exploiting their own people in the name of God. Christ did not embrace Caesar. He did not embrace Pilate. He did not embrace the Herodian dynasty. He did not even embrace Peter when Peter's thinking was in line with Satan's desires. When Christ made plain he's going to the cross, he's about to die and rise again, Peter said, no, Peter tried to convince him nothing like that would happen to you. It was the enemy using Peter. So Christ didn't even embrace Peter, his own disciple, when the enemy was using him. And you know what? Peter learned from what Christ did. That's why Peter had this zero tolerance policy towards predators. That's how the believers did in the first century. That's how they survived, endured, and overcame all the violence that came against them. I mean, look, if you are in a police corps and there are a few police officers that are corrupt, what do you think is going to happen to the quality of that police corps? It's going down. It's getting weak. Because you have traitors on the inside. You need to get the bad apples out so that everything remains pure. But pure means safe. I mean, come on. It can't be that you are combating a drug cartel and you have police officers that are in agreement with the drug cartel. That means that the other police officers that work there are not safe. Because their sensitive data to which other police officers have access can be handed over to criminals. So their families are also not safe. So the bad apples need to get out. In the world, amongst police corpses, even in the army, or even in just corporations in general, like in banks or in industries, they understand that it's important to keep your group safe. Yet being Christianity tells you to embrace predators. Not here. With me, predators are judged and they're sentenced. Now the sentencing part of the Holy Spirit does it himself. But if I have the opportunity and the Holy Spirit allows, I'll sentence them. I mean it. That's why I'm safe everywhere I go. No, I'm not putting the glory on myself. No, the glory belongs to the Most High, absolutely. I agree with Christ. I operate in His understanding. And because I operate in His understanding, His safety works on my behalf. His safety doesn't depend upon my activity, but because I'm active in it, it works out on my behalf. The blessings of God are only factual and beneficial unto you when you operate in agreement with Him. You have to operate in agreement with Him for the blessings to work out for you. That means you can't tolerate nor embrace predators. I shouldn't even have to make this video. But the type of tolerance I see believers have towards predators, I'm not talking about people that are messed up and need help. You have many messed up people that need help. You have many stubborn people that don't want to see they need help. You have such people also. You have slow learners. You have those people. I'm not talking about those people. I'm not talking about wounded sheep. I'm talking about wolves in sheep's clothing that pretends to be wounded. Yes, you have wolves in sheep's clothing pretending to be wounded sheep just to get closer to their prey. And such wolves, I see them being embraced, praised, promoted, defended. And I'm thinking, what the heck is going on? Don't these people have the Holy Spirit? Can't they see that something doesn't add up here? That's why predators don't come near me. Because I don't know all the consequences that occurred behind the scenes. But somewhere, somehow, my reputation has become that no predator survives being near me. Therefore, I'm safe wherever I am, and I can record even in public, and nobody even dares to look dirty at me. Most people out there wouldn't even dare doing that. They don't even dare to take a selfie in public just in case someone may be offended by them being so free. Me, I'm free all the time. I do not tolerate nor put up with predators. And if needed, I'll judge and sentence the enablers also. Because it's the enablers that make it possible for the predators to prey. It's time to agree with Christ. For real.